What's up, GQ? I'm Christian Pulisic. Today, I'm going undercover on the internet. It's actually me. Is it Pulisic or Pulisic? As far as I know, CP pronounces his name Pulisic. So why does literally half of the English media say Pulisic? Pulisic is how I grew up, and being in the States, that's just how I'm used to it. And that's how I've always said it myself. But Pulisic is technically the Croatian pronunciation, so that's why it is correct. So I'm actually okay with both. Pulisic nicknames, here's what I have. The Hershey Hammer, the Hershey Hare, Pennsylvania Pele. I enjoy the more common ones. Pulley God, Captain America. What ones are your favorites? I don't know if I like any of those. I'm pretty much used to Captain America at this point. It's funny because there's always other Captain Americas to me, so that's fine. But I think we need a little bit more work on a good nickname for sure. What is your opinion on the World Cup being in winter this year, disrupting the season? It might be a bit different, but for me it's my first World Cup, so I'm just going with the flow. I'm super excited for the World Cup, whether it's in the winter, summer, fall, it doesn't matter. So it's gonna be huge, and I'm just thrilled, and I'm looking forward to it. Let's check on Instagram. First time playing on the Portero. This was quite the game. I think actually in warm-ups it just started pouring rain, so it just was a disaster. But we had a great time and we fought through it. It's one of those memories. It's always fun. I mean, it's fun to have these experiences in sort of the extreme weathers, but I just like warm weather, to be honest. Where'd you cop that jacket? This is like a little like flannel look, just kind of opened. I don't know where I got that jacket. I like a very classy look, and I like to be quite simple. I don't wear crazy colors normally or anything like that. I just like simple, I like classy, but I think good style says a lot about you. Let's check Twitter. Why is Pulisic's Twitch name Nutty Fico 10? That's a good question, actually. My dad gave me that nickname from a young age because I liked Fico as a player. And Nutty became my gamer tag in a way. They just kind of mixed together at some point. And I just like that number. It's my number, so that's my story. What is Pulisic's chess rating? I play mainly Blitz, which is like 3-minute, 5-minute online chess. And my rating's almost 1350. Which I'm proud of. Come a long way from being just a little 500 when I first started. I want to get to 2,000. That's my life goal. Why Pulisic dancing on Twitch right now? When was this? Oh, this is when I was doing the thing with my brother. So my brother streams on Twitch, actually, at Noise Ordinance. You definitely check him out. He's got some crazy streams. He loves bumping his music, he DJs. And I just hopped on one day because I was home and I was with my brother, and yeah, because why not? And I can dance whenever I want to dance. Christian Pulisic is releasing a book. I hope it's up for UK release as well as USA. Then again, I have quite a bit of experience chasing down American books, thanks to being a fan of Misha Collins. Yes, that is true. Definitely a lot of question and answer stuff, a lot of time that I put into answering and talking about, you know, my experiences and my journey so far. I think they will definitely learn a lot more about the younger years of my life that I don't necessarily talk to a lot. There's a lot of information that dates way back. World Cup 2022, red, white, and blue. Pulisic to face off against teammates, USA and England. That's going to be a huge game. I'm really looking forward to it. I've played against England before and played against these guys already, so your relationship off the pitch never changes because we're all good friends and we're close. But at the end of the day, once the whistle blows and you're on the field, you're just competing, so you kind of forget about it. It's going to be a good time for sure. On to TikTok. Okay, Christian, hype house contender. Listen, these are things that we just need to delete. These need to go in the archives. You know, this was the lockdown times. Everyone was making TikToks. We can just forget about this time. Those 2 years we just forget about. That's all I'm gonna say. You got horses in London or are you back home? Yeah, that was back home. I definitely don't have horses out in London, but my family and especially my sister has been big in horses most of her life, and they've sort of become a part of mine. I'm still a little bit scared to ride them, but I think they're cool animals, so that's just back home in the States. Why is everyone talking about his shirt? He wears it because he likes it and respects his old club. Oh yeah, I remember when this was a thing. I made a TikTok with my dog, not thinking much of it. Just wearing my, my former team's training shirt that I still had. Yeah, it's funny. It doesn't mean anything, really. I'm still extremely happy with the team I'm on now. So I'm happy it looks like a Chelsea fan is realizing that, so that's good. And oh, Finley looks so cute, and little puppy Finley. My son said, can you do a tutorial on how to do that first part? LOL. Tricks like this aren't gonna be extremely useful when it comes to game time, obviously. This is like something that I grew up sort of like freestyling and doing stuff like that just with some of my teammates in our free time. So it's just something that I sometimes will just pick up and do. But again, this was in the 2-year stretch that we forget about, so this is deleted as well. Now on to Quora. I don't know what Quora is, but how far will the USA go in the World Cup in Qatar? What are the odds that they will win the World Cup? Listen, I don't know what the odds are or any of that kind of stuff. We're going in there with the goal of winning the World Cup, and we're going in there with the mentality to win. Maybe we don't have the highest odds and we're by no means favorites, but we're gonna go in there and we're gonna give everything we got and hopefully make some Americans proud. Which of the three is better? La Liga, English Premier League, or the Bundesliga? I think the English Premier League is currently the best league in the world. I think it has the highest level of teams overall for sure, and a lot of the best players in the world. As far as the league, I think Bundesliga set me up very well to come to the Premier League. I think there's similarities, there's differences. Yeah, it's put me in a good spot to be where I am now. Is Christian Pulisic better on the wing or in the middle? That's a good question. There was a stretch where I did like playing in the middle a lot, and there's been stretches where I like playing on the wing a lot. I think it has to do with, you know, the way that the style of the team I'm playing with, maybe who I'm playing against. How do transfers in the football industry work? Who gets paid? What does player sold for free mean? I always find this funny, especially from an American point of view, because I feel like sports in America do work quite differently than they do, you know, over in Europe. It's just funny because people ask me like, how does this work in the NBA? Like they just went and just got a trade, like this trade and that and trade this, and it doesn't exactly work like that. I'm not gonna be the best person to give a whole explanation here, but that's all I can say. I just find it funny. Let's head over to Wikipedia. Outside of soccer, Pulisic is a fan of the New York Jets, New York Rangers, and Philadelphia 76ers. That's pretty accurate. Those are my teams. Philly's the one Pennsylvania team that I just sort of kind of found a liking to. And New York Rangers and New York Jets, my dad's family being from New York, they were huge fans of those teams. Grew up that way. Rangers have been doing super well. Jets are getting there. Where I was from, half Eagles, half Steelers, for sure. So if you're not one of those, you're kind of just an outcast, but what can I do? On November 20th, 2018, Pulisic became the youngest player to captain the United States national team in a friendly defeat to Italy. Pulisic was 20 years and 63 days old. It's all correct information. Yeah, captaining my national team was a huge day for me. At that time, we started to have a few young players coming in the mix. There was definitely a more experienced bunch of guys. Clint Dempsey was one of my favorite players growing up, playing with Josie Altidore, you know, Michael Bradley. All right, let's see some YouTube comments. I like YouTube, my favorite one. Wonder if CP has ever ventured into the UK hip-hop, maybe even as far as drill or grime. I can't say I have at all. That's the one thing I haven't got into since being over in the UK. But I'm always willing to listen to new things, but I just haven't yet. I'm into that kind of music, and then country music is my other main genre that I listen to for sure. I don't get why so many people are vitriolic towards the word soccer. It's just an excuse for people to be anti-American. Some people call it soccer, get over it. I don't understand either why people get so angry, because it's just, if you say football and you're in America, it means something else. We don't have a choice. You just have to say it. I call it football all the time because I'm in England. But yeah, when I'm in the States and I'm speaking to an American person, like, I'm gonna call it soccer. Hey bro, I'm a huge fan. I have a question. Has anyone stepped on your toe before and then it started to hurt really bad? If so, can you tell me how to recover? Because that happened to me today. I love how innocent this question is. Yeah, it happens a lot. I mean, if you looked at my toes now, they're like both purple, so it just happens. If it's like right on your nail, like sometimes they gotta drill a little hole in your nail, let some of the blood out. Terrible experience, but maybe that's what you need because it keeps throbbing and throbbing. Not fun. That's enough internet for today.